Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
It's time to get more. More of what you love. Because getting more is what you get with McDonald's new Dollar Menu and more. All your favorites are still here, plus a whole lot more. For just $1, get the crunchy, tangy, brand new barbecue ranch burger. And for only $2, bring home the thick-cut Applewood smoked bacon on the new Bacon Cheddar McChicken. Only on the Dollar Menu and more. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.
always looking for better ways to do things. But with some banks, better for them isn't always better for you.
You've reached MegaBank. Press 1 to hear your current balance. Press 2 to hear these options again.
Introducing free Kasasa checking. When you do stuff for us, like swipe your debit card or get e-statements, we make it even better for you with cash back and refunds on ATM fees. Kasasa, carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Farmington able to even things back up, and another timeout, this time by Potosi, tied up at 16 apiece. Bringing this action to you here midway through the second set is Aaron Murray alongside with Dennis Pogue tonight. Been a great evening for Farmington sports. Of course, earlier this evening, the Farmington tennis team, if you follow the FHS Night Vision Twitter, FHS tennis team and softball teams both able to claim separate conference titles tonight. One of those, the conference tennis tournament. The other, the conference title. They're actually co-champions with North County and Central in softball. So a great night so far for Farmington. Hopefully adding another win tonight will be the Farmington Knightettes Volleyball team. Up one set right now, 16 apiece, coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, I was able to go watch the softball game this afternoon. It was the final, it was 1-0, and it was on a walk-off by Brittany Link. And it was 3 key hits, actually. There's nobody out. There's a big hit by, it was Allison Pingle, and then I believe it was Hannah Height, and then Brittany Link came in and finished it off.
Active volleyball, a nice dig there by Maddie Bradley. Unfortunately, traveling over the net and out of bounds. So the Knightettes trailing once again here in the second set. They were down 16-13, fought back to tie it up, and now down 17-16. And the Knightettes have been trying several different things as they get towards the end of their season and inch closer to the time that really matters, the district tournament. They've tried to change their defense, now changing some of their lineup, changing the way that the starters are lined up. There's several different changes that they're trying to make, just trying to figure things out. And that comes from a lot of key losses earlier in the season against teams like Perryville and most recently San Genevieve for part of the conference. And San Genevieve with another win tonight, that win coming against North County in volleyball. So when you look across the conference, the girls will have another challenge coming up against Central. A lot of things going on in the MAAA conference in every sport. Big kill that time from the right side by the Knightettes. Brings it back to 18-17. Knightettes with a couple of sub-outs, including the senior, number 6, Madison Brown, going to the front line there with other 2 seniors. And Kraus comes in and sends the serve into the net, a side out going to Potosi. They'll now take the 2-point lead, 19-17.
Yeah, Farmington's trailed this whole set. I believe they knotted it up once, but so far this set, they're down.
And just a little bit of sloppy play, not something that we're used to. The Knightettes makes it's fairly common to make mistakes, especially when facing a better team like Perryville, like we had talked about before. We've talked about that game several times this season. It's just the one sore thumb that sticks out when you think of home matchups. So another timeout now, and we're at 21-17. as Anna Slinkard would have said the other night, we've got 47 seconds on the clock. So this time it actually matters. It's just for the timeout, not for the time left in the matchup here. 21-17, the Knightettes a tough road to climb back into this particular set. But as we've talked about before, it's just some of the slips that the Knightettes volleyball team tends to make, and we've seen it several times this year at home. And after talking to both coaches the other day, Baker and Ward, they said that that's a problem that's not only here at home, it's also away. They just can't seem to play a full 2 sets out and be able to play cleanly in both sets.
And you know, you look at Potosi and their height, I mean, they looks like they shouldn't be a bad team, but they did lose to Fredericktown 2 straight sets. But I mean, look at their height. They have some tall girls. I mean, mostly it seems like they're taller than us.
Well, that serve in itself just a second ago there from 21, very impressive, a nice serve. Nothing wrong with that at the high school level at all. So the Potosi's definitely shown some glimpses of some very strong play tonight against the Knightettes. Spike there from the back row, nice placement. Back to the libero, number 30 of Potosi. Farmington trying to climb their way back into the second set, now facing a 3-point deficit, 21-18. Farmington's libero back for the serve. Potosi the set and the bump. This time the big weapon of the Knightettes, Maddie Bradley, climbing the Knightettes to within 2 points.
Now, I'm not really sure if they do this, but Potosi looks like they're only having the two girls in the back, and they're moving the third girl up front, maybe just to have another attacker up front.
Kaiser with her second serve. A nice block set that time by the Knightettes. The bump by Brown, the set and the spike. A nice job that time by Caitlin Gillum to bring the Knightettes within 1 point, 21-20, as they continue to climb back. Kaiser back for her third straight service. Nice reception by Potosi. A bad set though. Doesn't matter as they're able to find a way to get it over. The Knightettes kind of look clueless there for a bit. Not a whole lot of communication going on between the players. And that could be costly as the Lady Trojans are only 3 points away from finding a way to send this to a third set. Nice back set that time. Knightettes not able to recover from the block. Make it 2 more points to go for the Lady Trojans, 23-20 now.
Potosi's doing some work here in the second set.
Set, and instead it's a push over. Nice job that time. And that was by number 13, the junior, Chase Vargo. Vargo, a big player for the Knightettes this year. Nice job from some of the youth. Having a junior step up at times to net a few points, and that one right there could pull a little bit of momentum back towards the Knightettes' way. A nice push set. Great job that time, a nice little push kill over the net by the Lady Trojans, and now they are only 1 point away from sending this to a third set. And that serve just barely getting over the line. And we'll slide back the Knightettes' way. Knightettes will have to fight all the way to 26 if they want to find a way to win it on this service by Madison Brown. Brown with the float serve. The set, the spike set by 2. It's over to the side. Knightettes barely find a way to get that one over. It wasn't a very good spike, but they found a way to push it just to the right area of the court. And that time, a nice slam by Caitlin Gillum. her second in just a few points for the Knightettes, and a timeout's going to be called by Potosi. We'll be right back here on FHS Night Vision.
America loves a fish fry. And at St. Al's Church, they've been doing it right since the Pope was an altar boy. But you don't have to go to St. Al's for fish that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's. We're America's fish fry.
Welcome back here on FHS Night Vision. Knightettes once again trying to find their way back into it, and instead a serve out of bounds will send this to a third set. We're going to take just a minute to talk things over. We'll have about 3 minutes here, so we're going to go for about a 60-second break, and we'll be right back once again. FHS Night Vision, Aaron Murray alongside with Dennis Pogue.
With everything always improving, why is our banking falling behind? With monthly service fees and ATMs that take your money right back. Introducing Kasasa. Free hard-working accounts. You'll earn when you bank and earn when you swipe. And get those ATM fees back in your pocket. Free checking with rewards. Carried locally at Belgrade State Bank. Do you, Kasasa?
Oh, big wave. That is everywhere, isn't it? Okay. Hey.
Can you guys turn to each other and share?
Do you want to go get a Happy Meal?
This time it better not be a joke.
Who's excited about a Happy Meal?
The attacking side of things in the first set and the second set, you see that Potosi was just shoving the ball over, not necessarily hitting the ball very hard, just pushing it over, finding holes like Perryville did a couple weeks ago, where they just pretty much owned Farmington's defense and ended up getting a victory.
Yeah, it's not the kind of thing that you see too often with a team that's able to push the ball and place it effectively. It's a team that you're used to seeing a couple of tall players there on the court that's able to cram it down, and someone like Maddie Bradley who's able to really slam it down and get you some points that way. That's not the thing that has really beat Farmington many times this year. You look at the teams that Farmington's lost to, and they are just very strategic in the way that they place the ball, and it's been a great way to beat the Knightettes time in and time out, and in this case a great way to send it to a third set. We've talked about it all season, and it's something that I've talked about with several of the players. Their defensive skills is where they really lack. They find a good way to be able to set up their kills, and really it's not a problem so much on the offensive side as much as it is on the defensive side. The sets are typically done very well. That's something that you can't complain about too much. But it's being able to back up the players, back up the blockers, back up the ones setting up for the kills that the Knightettes have really struggled with all season.
And it seems like Farmington's been leaning towards the offensive side, as in trying to get up and hit the ball using the tall girls with a lot of strength. But sometimes that doesn't win you high school volleyball games. You have to be strategic on where you place that ball, like you said. And right now I don't think Farmington's doing that.
Well, and if you look at some of the girls that we've got out there with Savage, with Bradley, with Brown, with Gillum, we've got several girls that can actually kill the ball pretty well. It's just a matter of finding a way to be able to work as a team and be able to back up those that are set up for the kill and those that are set up there at the net for blocking. The Knightettes starting off with a point in this one. Knox starting to serve out for the Knightettes. And once again, placement on the court, able to split the back two defenders. And Potosi knotting it up now at one apiece here in the third set.
And you know, it seems like it would make more sense to push back the third defender and trying to keep that and maybe place her in the middle. Try not to give so much space in the back like they have been doing.
Farmington able to win the third point of this third set. And a couple of sub-outs will put Danielle Turner back behind the line for the serve. Nice reception that time, and it will be a two-hit penalty against Potosi to give the Knightettes the 3-1 lead. So far, so good moving along here in the third set for the Knightettes. Turner with her second service. Potosi able to push it to the back line. A nice spike. Not a whole lot of jumping, and that one blocked out of bounds. Give the Knightettes the 4-1 lead. Turner with her third service sends it deep. Lady Trojans working pretty well to get that one put together. And unfortunately, the Knightettes not with the same fate on the opposite side. 4 hits. And Potosi climbs back now with a 4-2 difference. Set by Knox. Spike, a nice job. But hits the ceiling and then goes over the net, which is a penalty for that team. Anytime that it comes in contact with the ceiling on their side and goes back over, that is a point rewarded to the other side. And it's something that you'll hear a lot of the away teams complain about. And even the home team doesn't really care for it themselves either. They are ready more than just about anyone else for the new gym that will open up here in a couple of years.
Well, I believe this is probably one of the shortest ceilings around here. I mean, I haven't seen a high school gym ceiling look so low, and that is a big problem when it comes to volleyball.
Well, the ceiling isn't as much the problem as it is the rafters in between coming down so low. It's a very low ceiling when you take into consideration with those rafters. The Knightettes coming hot out here in the third set. We'll be right back here on FHS Night Vision with this 30-second break from our sponsors. Welcome back here to Farmington High School. Farmington Knightettes against the Potosi Lady Trojans. A great night of sports for Farmington. And the volleyball teams looking to add to it. With that bump out of bounds, that'll send the score to 8-2. The Knightettes looking great here in the third set. Serve set to the back line by Gillum. The spike from Potosi is blocked. Gillum on the other side for Farmington. And Potosi was in the net on the block attempt, so it'll make the score 9-2 in favor of Farmington. Farmington starting to run away with this one if they can keep it up.
Yeah, it seems like Farmington's trying to go with a couple of hard-hitting players up front, and that's not what you want to see there. Losing momentum.
Another service mistake, and it's something that doesn't mean as much now as it used to since the rally scoring's in effect. Talking about that with one of the officials the other night, how long those nights would go when it wasn't rally scoring. And a 2-hit penalty once again. And that on the back line by number 3 of Potosi. So it'll send the ball quickly back over, and that's exactly what I was talking about. If it wasn't for Raleigh scoring, we wouldn't have seen any points go on the board in that case, but instead Farmington now 10-3. The bump by the libero. Nice placement once again by Potosi.
And it seems like the other teams like Potosi, seems like they're just putting it on the line where there's no girls for Farmington at all. Seems like they're just more centered on the court.
I came from tennis just a bit ago, and when you compare the two, it's very similar in the way that you're going to try to place the ball just in the right location on the court to keep it away from the opponent, and it's something that the Knightettes just have not been able to defend very well all season. Nice serve. About the middle of the court for Potosi. Couple of players colliding on the bump over. A nice back set that time. Goes to Kraus. It ends up going back and forth across the net. The Knightettes finally gain control. And a spike attempt is blocked. Don't see that too often when Maddie Bradley goes up for the kill. That one not set perfectly for her. So Knightettes now with the 6-point lead at 11-5. Nice serve to the back row, a good set. Savage with the spike. And ends up a player in the net. Number 3, I believe, for Potosi was in the net. So she's made a few mistakes that have been pretty costly now for the Potosi Lady Trojans. Either way, they were probably losing that point by the strong kill of Savage. The bump by Potosi. They push it over. Unexpected little push, but a nice slam that time. A great kill by Maddie Bradley. Hits the back line perfectly. Send the score to 13-5. It'll be Kaiser back for the serve. Kaiser with the shallow serve. Ends up being an easy kill opportunity, but it is recovered by Farmington. Potosi with a nice kill that time into the net. Gillum went for the block. Instead, she ends up with 2 hits. Go back to Potosi 13-6. The deep serve. Kaiser barely able to handle it.
I've seen that number 32 serve a few times, and she has a great one.
Yeah, caught Kaiser a bit high, came off of her chest, didn't miss her face by too much, but she was able to get into just the right position. This time, however, sent deep into the court once again to Kaiser, and 32 decides to keep going to the same spot. Kaiser's going to have to find a way to receive the serve. Coach Julie Ward telling her to be ready to back up just in case. That serve is deep once again. This one's set to Gillum. It's blocked. A couple of straight kill opportunities for Gillum have been blocked in a row. And Potosi not able to find a way to put things together as a team. It'll go to 14-8. Farmington with a few sub outs. And it will be Knox who started off this third set serving for the Knightettes. And it will be a deep serve out of bounds. Seen that few too many times tonight. Just not the kind of thing you want to see, because at that point you've given up your chance for a point immediately in your service.
And that's been a pretty common occurrence. So in almost every game this season, you see it at least a half dozen times, and that's not what you want to see.
Which at times you tend to see it from both teams, but either way, it's not the pretty thing. So 15-9, the Knightettes still climbing their way towards a win tonight, only 10 points away now. Comfortable 6-point lead, but don't expect it to come easy to the Knightettes from here on out. Just as I say that, Potosi makes it a little bit easier with that 16-9. Turner back to serve once again for the A deep serve set by the Trojans, poked over Nice job by the Knightettes to dig that one out. The spike clips the net, finds a way to dribble over and give the Knightettes a 17-9 lead. A big third set here for the Knightettes. We'll be right back here on FHS Night Vision.
Divorce has many fears. Losing a child doesn't have to be one of them.
Hi, I'm Jim Willis. I've been practicing law in the Farmington area since 1986. Divorce is a very difficult time. You don't have to go through it alone. Please give me the opportunity to help you.
Welcome back here to Farmington High School. Knightettes 17-9, a comfortable lead in the third set. And coming out of the timeout, it will be Turner once again for the Knightettes with the serve. Serve over to the back row of Potosi. It's bumped around and clips the net, falls over to their side, and just as I was giving Potosi a little bit of credit on saying that it might not be an easy one, they've made it pretty easy so far with these past 3 points.
Yeah, definitely. Potosi's made some big mistakes, sometimes what you would see from Farmington, but this has been the other way around for Potosi.
Yeah, it's been nothing like we saw in the second set from the Lady Trojans, and Farmington's played much better as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And that is a prime example, a great job of defending the block that time, as Sism was able to find a way to get her hand on it. Eventually the spike is led out of bounds, so it'll be 18-10 now. Number 3 of Potosi back to serve. Nice serve, dropping with a little bit of speed there on Turner. Block attempt failed by the Lady Trojans. It'll be Savage subbing in for the libero, Kaiser. Service this time by Gillum of the Knightettes. Deep serve to the libero. A back set and into the net. Not sure what number was in the net. That's what I was trying to figure out. Couldn't quite see exactly they called for being in the net, but one of the Knightettes in the net that time. Send it to 19-11 now.
I believe it was Savage. I think they put up the number 3.
And just as Savage is called for in the net, she finds a way to get a kill to bring the service right back. 20-11. Knightettes just 5 pretty easy points from the looks of things away from putting this night away.
And this third set's starting to look like more like the first set. And the second set was just the exact opposite where Potosi took it.
And that goes back to what we were talking about earlier, that the coaches have talked about, that this team, for some reason, every night it seems like they might come out and blow the team away. The first set, for some reason, they come out for that second set, or they come out for the first flat. One of the two is going to be a problem. And not all of them are going to go to 3 sets. They might still find a way to win it. But either way, one set or the other is going to fall kind of flat. Unfortunately, the other night against St. Genevieve and earlier this season against Perryville, those are 2 examples where the Knightettes came out a completely different way. But then you look to a game like Cape Notre Dame, a team that we're known for losing against time in and time out. It just happens every year. Cape Notre Dame has successful sports programs across the board.
Oh yeah, all
and
over
we were
the
able to
place.
find a way to get a win this year against Cape Notre Dame. And it's just one of those strange things that happens in high school sports. You know, Dennis, you know it as a part of the baseball team here at the high school, that some nights you just can't explain what happened with the team. It's a frustrating thing as a coach.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you can't really just go out and practice next day and work on what you did wrong. Sometimes there really wasn't anything you did wrong, and you just have to get mentally focused for the next game.
You know very well how from night to night you've got various things going on throughout your school day. You've got things such as homecoming that could shift your focus. Earlier this season, the Knightettes tried a few things that they've talked about since and kind of regret. They had the night against Perryville, they actually sang the national anthem that night as a team. And it's just, different things that are going on throughout the school day, throughout the school week, throughout the school year. It's going to shift your focus, and it's high school sports at its finest at that point. When you get out here on a nightly volleyball game or a Friday night football game, you just don't know what team is going to show up sometimes. And for the Knightettes volleyball team, you don't know what team's going to show up from set to set. This set, it's been exactly what Coach Ward and Coach Baker would want from the team.
It kind of reminds me of the football game from Farmington and Poplar Bluff, and how Farmington was able to shut out Poplar Bluff in the win.
And the Farmington student section making some noise on that one. Maddie Bradley finding a way to probably take the breath away slightly of one of the Potosi Lady Trojans, number 10.
Hey, that one looked like it hurt.
That will finish a great night for Farmington Knightettes sports across the board. Softball, volleyball, and tennis all having great nights. It's been a great day for me coming from tennis over at Potosi and then coming over here to watch us face Potosi in volleyball and finding a way to get wins in all of the places. A great night and a great job by the Knightettes tonight here at Farmington High School against the Potosi Lady Trojans as they close it out here in 3 sets, 25-13, bringing you tonight's action. Once again, Aaron Murray alongside with Dennis Pogue. Thank you for watching here on FHS Night Vision.
It's time to get more. More of what you love, because getting more is what you get with McDonald's new dollar menu and more. All your favorites are still here, plus a whole lot more. For just $1, get the crunchy, tangy, brand new barbecue ranch burger. And for only $2, bring home the thick cut Applewood smoked bacon on the new Bacon Cheddar McChicken. Only on the dollar menu and more. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's.
America loves a fish fry. And in the Corktown part of Detroit, there's a place called Nancy Whiskey's that's famous for one. Nothing fancy, just a tasty good time. But you don't have to go to Nancy's for fish that taste that special. Just come on over to Long John Silver's. Rediscover the taste you love. Long John Silver's, we're America's fish fry.